What's good, live talk? We is back with another daily video, and y'all already know what time it is. Today we gonna talk about it's okay to start completely over. And before we get into that, y'all already know what time it is. That's like I said yesterday in yesterday's video. If y'all saw, it's time to get back to the workouts. I hope y'all enjoyed this slight workout. Back into it until we get to the point that we was doing it every day like I was, and y'all saw it first. So I hope y'all enjoyed that part. So what's good? We is now back. Hope y'all enjoyed that little part of the workout, taking it day by day. That's all we can do. But don't, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to do what you wanna do. But anyways, let's get right into it. It's okay to start completely over. And what I mean by that, it comes a time in your life that everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Nobody sits there and make all the perfect decisions to elevate their life every time. And if you do, well, I guess good for you, you feel me? But majority of people, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. So we all make mistakes, no matter who he is, no matter how rich we is, from broke to middle class or anything, you feel me? But long story short, it starts with yourself first. Starting completely over is the best thing to do when I would say you went through so much stuff and so much, fakeness happened with, fake friends or family members, or it could be jobs or your own decisions that you decided to make in the past or present or anything. You can't change the past, but you always can change the present and the future. It's better to start now than to start later, because later might be too late, like I said. So starting completely over, it's all gonna be a blessing too. And the reason why I say that, because starting completely over also, you starting with experience. Everybody came with experience. Everybody, when you come to that point, you feel like you need to start over on everything, or at least majority of things, you're starting with experience. You're not starting with no, nothing crazy. You're not starting with no unexperienced. You ain't walking into a room that you don't know what's going on. You're not walking in there alone. You walking in there with a lot of experience. It could be more than the average person, or more than the person somebody else that got on that experience that you're starting over on. No matter what it could be. It could be starting over on job, starting over from the bottom, working way to the top. Like Dre said, you feel me? Started from the bottom down the hill. We all got to start somewhere. Majority of the people in the world does not start at the top. You feel me? So that's exactly what I'm saying. Also, you got to start somewhere, people. Starting completely over is it's a good blessing. Don't never look at it as something that's like you failed yourself or you failed somebody else. You start with yourself first. You gotta love yourself before you can sit there and try to love anything else. You feel me? But we can get to that to another video, because it's all about starting completely over on this one. Starting completely over is gonna be the best thing possible, because it ain't no way you really can fail, to be honest. Like, especially if you know what you start completely over on, you most likely 9 times out of 10, 99.9% of the time, you're gonna have experience on what you're starting over on. So that doesn't mean you start over and you just still do the same stuff, you feel me, and expect something different to happen. That can go for it, bro. Job selection, to who you surround yourself with selection, to what you put up with selection, to what you want to even come to another point, who you want to deal with, or anything. It could be anything known to man in this life, what we call this thing called life. So basically, not do the same thing. If you're starting over, start new things. That means you gotta make changes day by day with yourself. Like I said, and I always say this, we all know our flaws in ourselves each and every day. Everybody knows what's wrong with them, what they need to work on. And if you not want to work on, you're gonna still be doing the same stuff each and every day, each and every other day, whatever you want to tell yourself, you still gonna be in that same predicament. We all gotta start and get outside our chill, grow outside our chill, open that door, get outside our comfort zone, and try new things. It doesn't mean go try some crazy things. Try new things that can elevate yourself overall and better yourself and better people around you, and overall just live the best life possible, because we only have one life and we never know when it's our time to go. So live the best life you possibly can now. Starting completely over, it's also got a lot of self-discipline. That can be a future video also, so y'all stay tuned for that. Self-discipline goes a long way too, especially starting completely over, because it's easy to fall back in your old ways. It's easy to fall back in your old traps. It's easy to fall into an old trap. Easy to go back to an old person that you know that's not worth your time. It's easy to go back to a job that you know that you should have kept on been pushing. It's easy to either give somebody else a second chance. You find an old way, doing old things you used to do, that's not good for you. You feel me? Because people are always going to have that sit there and have that doubt in you. When you starting over, people will always, especially the people that been knew you before you started over, they're going to always have your doubts on you. They're going to sit there and think you're not going to do nothing, think that you just basically blowing hot air, that you just basically talking just to be talking. They're going to have all the doubts. There's going to be more doubters on that situation than anything. But as long as you believe in yourself, that's all that matters. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be you in the ground when it's your time to go. So at the end of the day, as long as you happy with what you're doing, stay 10 toes and never fold. Make sure you live life the correct way, not the wrong way. Because a lot of people want to say they can live the wrong way, quote unquote. But when the wrong ways and wrong situations start happening, they start to fold, you feel me? It's like me. When I chose the wrong way and picked the left side instead of going to the right side, you know, like I really prepared myself and I said to myself, anything I do wrong that I know that's wrong, I'm prepared for it. So like for Vincent, for me, like I was saying, always be prepared for both ways. Don't just be stuck on the good outcome. Always prepare yourself for the bad outcome too. That's how you know when you do it both ways like that, it won't hit you so hard on whichever way it comes out to be. Because if you're trying to always sit there and be like, oh, well, there's nothing bad gonna happen off the situation I'm about to do or about to happen, then you sit there and be destroyed, hurt, or even overly hurt because you just made your mind think that it's gonna be the best thing possible when inside it could also be the worst thing possible. So always prepare yourself for each and every way in life possible. That's from going out and get a haircut, from going out and even just going out leaving the house. People be crazy these days. You gotta watch out for everybody these days. So always be prepared for both ways at all times. It's easier said than done. You're gonna train your mind self and train yourself like that, but it's the best way possible. Because if you sit there and always have to tell yourself there's gonna be a good thing to happen or a bad thing is gonna happen, what about if a good thing happen? What about if a bad thing happen? You ain't wait for the other side, it ain't gonna work. You feel me? So always prepare yourself for that. So completely over is definitely a blessing. But remember, it started with yourself. Start with yourself, being self-disciplined to yourself. Because like I said, that's when all the haters or all the doubters come out to see. It could be family members, it could be friends, so quote unquote friends. It could be boyfriend, girlfriend, wife and husband, any family member. It could be anything on the man. It could be people you don't even know, work associates, anything. It can even be yourself if you let it be yourself. So don't never doubt yourself no matter what you're doing. Because only at the end of the day, only you know what you can do. Only you know what you're capable of. Nobody else knows besides yourself. Always get up, stay 10 toes, stay up, keep going no matter what. Especially for all the fallen soldiers out there. They were ones to keep going, for all the real ones out there. So always stay solid no matter what. I know times get hard, but at the end of the day, God put his toughest soldiers to his toughest battles. So never fold on that. Never fold on yourself. Never fold on him. Stay 10 toes. Keep going each and every day. Day by day, we're going to get to the top. I appreciate everybody for checking in as always. Like I said, starting completely over. It's definitely more of a blessing than a negative thing. Because, hey, sometimes that's what you got to do to get your life truly right because you started with experience instead of no experience. Hope everybody enjoyed this video. We'll be back tomorrow with another daily video. And we also gonna start doing the double daily videos. That's coming up soon enough. Let's try to hit 10 subscribers. I greatly would appreciate that. 10 subscribers will get 5 likes. Would appreciate that. Show a little love to the kid. If you got this far, and last but not least, check out my new. I said check out my new, but check out my main channel, Life of JC. It's always been in the bio and the comments below pinned. Other than that, we see y'all tomorrow. Gang. Have a good, safe, and teered up weekend.